Hey guys, it's Scott here from AnimeBlurayUK, and today I'll be unboxing the Australian Blu-ray release of K-On! Season 2 Part 2, which is now available in Australia. Now, to start off with, this limited edition release comes with a chipboard art box whereby you can fit both Part 1 and Part 2 into the same set, a bit like the American releases that Funimation have, to give you the impression that you've got a complete series box set. The only disappointing aspect of this box, other than the fact that I don't really like the artwork that's used around the whole box itself, is the fact that it has the Australian age rating logos imprinted on the artwork itself. So as you can see on the spine and the back, it covers up part of the artwork, as well as part of the K-On! Logo that's at the bottom of the box. But in any event, the silhouettes of the musical notes and the instruments that the girls use is kind of cool, but it's not really as great as the previous Season 1 release, whereby the front and back had two main character pieces of artwork, as well as the spine had the massive K-On! Logo. But as you can see here, this is the limited edition version for Season 2 Part 2, which is a bit weird. Is usually it's Season 1 Part 1 or Part 1 that's a collector's edition release. But it's interesting to know to see what Madman are doing with their releases. But in any event, let's get this unboxed or unsealed, and then we'll see what's in the inside. So as you can probably see, even though I'm not really a big fan of the actual artwork design used for this chipboard art box, I am being careful unwrapping it, as I do want to keep it nice and presented so it's on my shelf looking good. And as we move around, you've got a closer look at the colour variation of the artwork that's used on the chipboard box. But obviously what we really want to see is the content that's on the inside. So on the inside we have a standard version of K-On! Season 2 Part 2, as well as a little filler card that spaces it out, or spacer card, which interestingly enough you can cut away to turn into art cards. So we can have art card versions of that image on the left as well as that image on the right, both of which are quite cute and cool. But obviously the centre of attention should be for the Blu-ray release itself for K-On! Season 2 Part 2 or Collection 2. So like I said before, it's just a standard version of the series boxed into a chipboard art box, and it uses pretty much the same cover layout as that used by Sentai Filmworks in America. So on the back we've got a synopsis of what you can expect from this release, as well as the episode content, which is 14 to 27, as well as a list of bonus features. Once we open it up, we can see the disc content itself, whereby we have K-On! Disc 3 and then K-On! Disc 4, each of which use some pretty cool character artwork, as well as the information of the cassette. And then we have all the logos that helped bring this release to Australian users. Now the inside of the sleeve does have some reverse artwork. It can't really be used as reverse artwork, as it's basically just one big image that goes across, but it's a nice touch and brings a more fulfilling experience to this Blu-ray release. So that's what you can expect from the Australian Blu-ray release of K-On! Season 2 Part 2, which obviously is now available in Australia. And if you have Part 1, you can just slot Part 2 there, and then by grabbing Part 1 you can slot it in at the top just there to give you the impression that you've got a complete series in a box. So yeah, that's what you can expect.